Hello there, and welcome to part 5 of the GMC build. And it's been almost 12 months since I've seen you last, and I haven't done much work on this at all. Well, I have, but not in the grand scheme of 12 months here at DieselPumpUK. You can see that I've put in basically everything new from there down. And in this episode, I'm going to show you how I did it, all the little bits, even some biblical bits that I integrated into it. And maybe, if I'm lucky, I might even be able to show you this bad boy getting painted in this episode. Maybe. Anyway, enjoy. Right, let's have a look at the panels. So we've got an array. There's actually a lot missing from here. I have some small corner pieces, some other bits and pieces. So the sills, as you can see, these are going to go in, and the most important thing about the sills is, as you can see, it's from this point on. So this part of the sill is good. It's past that point, which you can see. Underneath there is, in this corner, underneath there, you can see is rotten. Next bit we've got, of course, is the bottom corners. Now, the bottom corners we've already repaired, but I bought these just in case. I was hoping for like a more factory look. But after having a look at the quality of the pieces, I wouldn't say they're terrible, but at the same time, they're not great either. If you look at the way that this sort of, if we just line that up on there, this flange is a lot longer than the original. Obviously, it'd be in line with that. So you will have to actually trim that flange back, which isn't the end of the world, but to say that we only want this bottom piece, it might be a bit overkill to put that piece in. However, it will make access to this corner, which is all quite badly corroded, a lot better if I cut it off. This is the inner corner of the cab, the inner section. Again, probably this much of that is absolutely fine. It's literally that bottom band that you can see there that's just like damaged, corroded, last couple of inches. So then we move on to the floor pans. It's a similar story with that. You can see that this piece of the floor pan's already been repaired, and this bit's kind of peppered, which I wasn't very happy with. And when you buy these aftermarket floor pan halves, personally, I would have bought a complete floor pan and installed the whole thing. But getting them in the UK is a little bit more difficult. I think shippers want to get the smallest item they possibly can, and I wanted these bits quick, so we got the halves. And one of the problems with these two floor pan halves that I really don't like is you lose your original rim. So as you can see here, the firewall and the floor pan come together to make a pinch, which is obviously the design of the cab. It has this sort of pinch area. Whereas when you get a replacement floor pan, it doesn't. It literally is just one folded piece of metal that you're going to have to join up here. You can see where that hole is. You know, you're going to be joining it along there. Well, it depends how much you want. So you're losing kind of the detail, a bit of the detail of the original, which I'm not massively a fan of. From a practical point of view, that's actually better because you're not going to have water sat in it. But all I'm saying is if you're doing a concourse restoration, which I'm clearly not, then you would probably not want this. You would probably want the two separate sections as it should have been originally. The most important bits, in my opinion, in this lot are these, because this is where most of the wheel, the dirt from the wheel flings up and gets caught up inside this section, and that all rots out and it's just horrible. So basically what's happened is we've tried to do a repair. Well, we didn't. The other side is actually the tried repair. This side is an old repair, and then a bit we tried to make good. And it was just like tadging, and it was just looking horrendous. So I thought, get these and we'll have to take them out. But obviously that's not straightforward because the outer skin of the cab and the inner skin of the cab are held together with this on both sides. It's sandwiched in between there. So that obviously is going to be a problem. It's going to be a little bit hard work to get in there. This, I'm hoping, will go up high enough so I could literally cut the whole section on the inside out rather than having to find all the spot welds. But we'll have to see about that. It does go pretty high up inside. I aren't obviously going to take it all the way up because that's like going to probably be pointless. So lots of metal work, and hopefully I'll find the other pieces that I can't find, like the inner cab corners and all that sort of stuff that's missing. You're probably wondering why I'm doing that. Well, I'm finding the spot welds. If you look close up at what I'm doing, I'm basically with a wire wheel on this grinder, I'm cleaning up so I can actually see where the spot welds are, because you can see all here, you can't really tell. And then as soon as I find them, a nice sharp drill, and I am literally just sort of released with a smaller drill. Normally I'll go through with a smaller drill, which I'll show you on the other side in a sec. Then I just break the first skin. Oh, that went too far. Ah, I have missed one. There's one right there. There it is. Look at that. So what we've got here, which is exposed now, is the outer cab corner, the inner cab corner, the floor pan, which you've seen I've been drilling all the spot welds all the way along on the other side, which if we go around I'll show you. So I've basically been drilling this sill all the way off the floor pan to remove it, and it is off now. It's just attached to the inner corner here, and this is why, if you stand here and look that way, you can see this is why I wanted to replace this sill, because the sill would normally come up to this point here, and that's rotten. And rather than tadging it and putting some crap patch in, I wanted to put a complete new silling, because it does the same in front of this piece here. It goes into there and it attaches in that corner. little update from the cab rebuild process. Now, it was taking too long. One of the difficulties with what I do here is obviously I'm trying to run a business and everybody's online buying lots of things and want lots of new things designing. So I have very, very little time to do stuff like this. So I've had to take a bit more of a radical approach. So what I've done is I've created a frame that goes in, that's welded into this door surround. And basically we know that the floor from here forward is pretty pitted. So by doing this, what I've done is I've created this jig that allows me to locate the door hinge positions, and it allows me to locate the cab mounting positions here, where the cab would have gone onto the chassis. So with that, and you can see I've made that bit unboltable because obviously I'm going to chop this off, so that's going to need to be out of the way. So what I've done is I've made it basically so that I can just ruthlessly cut all of that out, cut it away. Because like I say, I have no time to be nice and gently piece bit by bit by bit. I haven't got time. I need to just like attack it ruthlessly, but I need to be able to put it back together so the doors fit, so the mounting positions go in the right place. So that's what this frame's doing. It's just inch by inch box section steel, nothing too magical, and it allows me to just make a nice lightweight frame. And also, I'm going to be able to pick the cab up with it. So I'm going to be able to literally lift it under here, because obviously I'm cutting most of the floor out. It's not going to be able to be sat on trestles anymore. So yeah, I think that I've had probably a day and a half on it maybe in total, something like that. So yeah, it'd be nice to start seeing some new panels going now. Bored of it now. Too many customers giving me grief for not answering the phone quick enough, not answering emails quick enough. So sorry about that, guys. I really just want to get this piece of shit off my ramp. It's not a piece of shit. Well, it is now, but it won't be when it's finished. Right, so I'll keep you updated with the time lapse. So long for now. I need to chop lots. Bye.
There's always a window. Rumors, whole lives given away. Reach out, speak out, take all cold games. Now what you say? Shake out. Cold hands,
GMC cab update. It doesn't look like I've been working today, but I promise I have. Look, my hands are dirty and everything. But look what I've done. I've got the inner wing in. This splashback. I think that's the technical name. The bottom cab corner quarter. I don't know the names of any of these things. I'm just going to point. I've got that in. Look at that. Loads in. I probably got a lot more done than normal because I wasn't videoing it and stopping every 5 seconds. These were hard to get in. They weren't like nice and straightforward. I'm going to probably TIG that across there and then fettle it back. And then I've got my centre bulkhead section, which is this. That's got to go in. And then, yeah, can mount it on. Oh, and that corner. I've got that corner to do. The other corner's in. Needs a little bit of tweaking left yet, but it's coming on nicely. Right, so I've just finished doing the second pass over that, and you can see, obviously, old, new, it's an extremely flat weld. The beauty of TIG welding, so there is very, very little to linish back on that now. You know, it's not like a MIG weld where you're going to have this great big lump to linish off. You know, and that is sealed. There's not going to be any pinpricks or water holes or anything in that. So I've got this one to do round the back, and then the other two on the other side, and that's it for the external body bits all done. Okay, so at the end of another day working on it. So what have I got done? I've got all the spot welds finished in the recessed bulkhead. I'm quite happy with that. I've got these corner filler plates done, both sides. Happy with them. I got the support beams made. Obviously, these are the sections that sit on the chassis. There's like one on each side. Originally they were like a pressed item, but obviously they'd corroded to quite a stage, so I just made some out of box section, and then where the mount hole is inside, that's going to go through and connect, be drilled straight through, and then there's one on each side. So what have I got left to do as far as metal work? Basically just the centre section. But look, I can finally throw away all this rubbish metal, the original floor pans and all that. I just saved it in case I needed any reference points, but yeah, that's all the original stuff that's been cut out. Yeah, wow, what a big job. But quite satisfying. And those spot welds, I think, just look absolutely fantastic.
Action.
I was just searching for the bin. So this was the previously made transmission tunnel, and it was all like lopsided and like just retarded. It was made by our previous fabricator, so I just threw it in the bin, and decided to press something a little bit more symmetrical. So what I've done is I've just cut this out of a piece of tin sheet and then pulled the corners, and now I'm going to like evenly drill this because I don't think I've got my hole punch here. Well, it's Dusty's hole punch actually, but still I don't think it's here. Made a mark where I want my holes to be. I'm just going to centre pop them, drill them, and then I'm going to spot weld it to this section here. And then I'm going to probably bead roll the edge of this plate to give it just a little bit of strength, so that when it screws down it doesn't like buckle and twist up. It's Friday.
It's Saturday, Sunday, what?
I've had, what's this, day number 4 on this. 4th day on this for quite a long time. Getting there. This is the last bit of metal work to do. Oh, battery lid. So that can be done at any time.
We'll just forget about that.
Yeah, forget that.
No, it doesn't need doing.
Bye then. So this morning I've cut with my tin snips a piece of tin, and I'm probably stood way too close, that's probably better. I've cut a piece of tin, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a depression in the centre, which I'm then going to put a pattern into. This is the battery box lid. So obviously you saw me make the central section of the floor. Now this is the battery box lid. And for this, I need an assistant. Luckily they don't need to be skilled, so...
More intelligent.
That's very mean, and I take it back. Right, let's do it.
Yeah, accurate. Which way do I go? Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
That's all greased, so just be careful. You're going to be going that way with the handle. Remember, just put some, like, yeah, okay. Just go, whoa, 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 whoa. Right, just steady. Go on. That's it. Right, just real slow at this bit now. Hang us up. Yep, go on. Pressing a patterning. Are we ready? It will be tight, this. Let's see, go on.
Just trying to do it in one pass.
Yes.
Just tell me when to stop.
Keep going. I'll tell you in good time, don't worry. Stop. I actually started a little bit too early on that one. If you wondered what I'm doing, I am making a little frame for the back of my battery lid to stop it twisting, because obviously people are going to be standing on it. And hopefully, I pumped it all down, that's on the corner. Oh, it's still square.
Right, shall I stop filming?
Yeah, that's it. painted all the inside in this interesting sort of olive green, and I've left the top because I didn't want to lose the patina. I've left the top. Now that's going to be lacquered next, but I'm not quite at the stage where that needs to be lacquered yet. I'm just about to paint the doors. So these are a few of the most recent parts that I made for it. This is the centre section that goes over the gearbox. This is the battery tray cover. I've just basically taken a flat piece of tin and formed these, rolled them, pressed them, welded them. Same with this. I just put a bit of decoration in there. Thought that most sort of 1950s families are probably quite religious in America, so I don't know, I just thought it'd be a cool bit of detail. And then I've got the doors hung, they've been primer filled and they have been flattered back, so they're about to be painted, which is what I'm going to do this morning. And then the doors and all these bits can be bolted back together and the cab can finally go back on the chassis. Well, after I've lacquered the top half. Which, yeah, a year. Just been doing the odd day here and there, it's just been so busy. And I've had a guy on Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube. Every video I release, he types in the comments, "What about the GMC, mate?" Like as if I'd forgotten about it. Yeah, I know. I'm getting round to it. I'm doing it. Lots of other jobs. What about the GMC, mate? Every single one. Fucking hell. Yes, mate. I'm gonna get on with it. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's not being forgotten. You want finished GMC? Fuck off. Right. It's a year later and the cab is going back on the chassis. Look, it's down, it's painted, it's strapped up. It's a good day. Let's do it.
Reach out, don't wait. There's no more time. Call out God's weight, floodgates and sky. What you say? Pay up. Just look away from a cold hater. We're not late. And roll and raise your fate. And there's always a window. Rumors hold.
The cab being reunited with the chassis. What? Wobbly? Yeah, if you keep hold of it, it won't go anywhere. That'd be horrible if it just toppled straight over. I'd have to punch it again. Right, if you want to go up, I'll flip this bracket in and take the cardboard out of this side. Yeah. Go on up a bit more if you can. Yeah, that's good. Right, come down a bit if you want. Up just a tiny bit, that's it, now down. Down, all the way, that's it. Right, so just need to tweak it. It looks a bit high at the front, might have to just chop them plastic things down a little bit. Oh, saying that, it's probably low at the back, isn't it? It's not sat on anything, it's just sat on the... Yeah, but this corner is got loads. Wishbone things like lift the corners and loads. So lift it and I'll try and these nuts. You're in the perfect tea bag position actually. Well, no, not really. Just sling them under.